So this is one of those rants that I could have done some more research on, but I didn't, and here it is. It's about child-free establishments, particularly restaurants and lounges, places where there's food and drink being served. I mean, we used to have like smoking and non-smoking sections, and then it was just like, just no smoking in public, that's it, because it's harmful. Well, I wouldn't mind having like child-free zones of restaurants or child-free restaurants. That would be tight. I mean, like it's just a preference for my dining experience. Usually when I'm eating supper out, I'm not alone and I'm with someone and I want to enjoy their company. And it's very difficult to do that when there's screaming children around. Some people can like turn that off. Like it's worse than nails on a chalkboard for me. It's not enjoyable. I mean, it's not even just the screaming. Sometimes like kids are running around and whatever else, and like obviously it depends on the parents and as to how their parenting style is, on whether or not they even feel any embarrassment or they feel like this is unacceptable behavior, because some people are like, oh, it's just they're kids, they just do whatever. And it's like, yeah, but not, because we're in public and they're running around tripping on stuff and possibly just like, you know, impeding on other people's experiences in a very obnoxious way. And like, yeah, they are kids, but I mean, there's a difference between kids sometimes and also what the expectations are from the parent. And sometimes you can't control another human being ever, right? So it's like, even if the parent's expectation is different, the kids aren't necessarily going to act to that expectation all the time. But it's just like being unpredictable. You're with someone who is completely irrational and illogical and you can't control their actions, and some people are completely fine with that and other people are not, and then they remedy the situation by leaving sometimes or what have you. But it's extra annoying when I go to like a bar or a restaurant and I go to the lounge where there's liquor being served, and it's like, oh, like I thought, and again, this is where I should have done research. I thought, you know, when it says no minors, that it meant no minors. So like in Alberta, that's 18 and under. In Saskatchewan and most other provinces in Canada, it's 19 and under. But it's like, isn't that what that means? Like, you know, I think that, here's the thing, even if the law isn't on my side for this, because I think like, I remember looking it up and then now I forgot already, and that's why I needed to refresh my research. But even going to like an off sale or a liquor store or whatever, it's like minors will not be allowed if they're unaccompanied by parents or something. But I mean, like in a restaurant, in a bar, in a whatever, like so if they're with a parent, they can be, I don't know, I just wish the option existed. Like, I just don't understand. I think that there would be a market for it. I am definitely not even close to the only person I've talked to that has been like, yeah, I would really enjoy like a child-free establishment. I don't think there's anything wrong with providing opportunities like that. I think that it would also be something that would be profitable. Like, I think that you could sustain a business model based on that thing about like a childless eating experience. I mean, with adult, you never know what you're going to get with adults either. Like, some people could be obnoxious and drunk and belligerent. Sure, that happens, but it doesn't happen nearly as often as when you bring a baby into the lounge and I'm trying to like chill with someone and then there's like screaming and crying and tantrums and stuff going on. Like, I find that small children ruin my experience way more than adults do when it comes to that scenario, like eating or drinking in a restaurant, having some dessert, even just having a coffee with somebody. Like, I'm out and I want to enjoy that, and to me that stuff isn't enjoyable. It's like, I can tune music out quicker than I can tune out the behavior of a small child or a behavior of a person in general. But like, some people get so uptight about this, and this is what I don't understand. Like, yeah, kids are kids, but kids can be kids somewhere else. Like, kids, you know, are you gonna bring your kids to the source adult video? Like, I don't know, there's places where, you know, kids maybe shouldn't be for a lot of different reasons. And I really don't think it's a problem just to offer a child-free experience. I don't know why people get so upset, like you're excluding people. It's like we exclude people all the time. If you don't want that experience, it's like saying we only serve authentic Korean barbecue. Oh, now you're excluding anyone who wants to have cheeseburgers. Like, no, it's not like about being super exclusionary. It's like, hey, this restaurant is for this thing, and if you're not into that thing, then don't go. If you are into, like, I think, yeah, why not have a restaurant where everyone can smoke? Like, I don't see a problem with that. Like, it's a health code thing or whatever. So you get staff that if that was a restaurant that could happen, then it's like, well, I don't see a problem with it if they open it up that way. Like, get staff that are okay with that. They're smokers themselves, or they want to be around secondhand smoke, you know, and then all your customers obviously are going there willingly and they want to participate in that environment. I don't have a problem with that. Those people are adults, they're autonomous, they can make those choices for themselves. I would like to make the choice for myself to go out and have a nice dinner sometimes without the threat of children screaming and crying and throwing tantrums and running around and whatever. It doesn't happen every time, obviously, otherwise I'd never leave the house again, but like, it happens frequently enough, and in places that are like, where there's not supposed to be minors or whatever. I mean, if you can throw the law at me and whatever, like, I mean, I could do that research. I tried one day for a bit, and it just like got overwhelming and I couldn't find the information quickly, and then I just didn't look at it again. But I was specifically looking in Alberta as to what the laws were for minors being allowed in establishments where they are so focused on liquor. Because I mean, a lot of restaurants will serve beer and it's still a kid-friendly environment, but I'm like, I go to the lounge specifically to get away from the kids, and then a lot of people bring their small children into the lounge, and it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, again, I don't know why some people get so upset about this, because someone's just should be providing an opportunity here. I think there's a market there. I don't think that it's like, it doesn't have to be a real big deal. Like, it's just the experience that I want to have, and a lot of people want to have. And I think that there should be establishments of a lot of different kinds that could provide that environment. You know, like, I really don't feel like it's like like ageist, like I you know, discriminating against children from being in, like, I just don't, the kids aren't going anywhere on their own anyway. It's like, I don't know how to explain that thought right now, but like, I don't think it's, you know, I mean, I'm just thinking of it now, like, okay, well, what if you did the opposite? And what if you were like, oh, this place is for people 70 and under, like, or you're not allowed in here if you're over 70. Would that be that bad? Like, I don't know. Because then you get people that, like, I don't know, like, you want to go there, but you can't because you're too old now. Sucks for you, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, is that a big deal? Like, just go to the places where they make the places for you. I don't know. It's weird. It's just, again, it's like, oh, I don't want to go to the swimming pool, so I guess I'm not going to. That's not the experience I want to have today. I want to have the experience where I go to the, like, I don't know how to explain it. I just, like, it's one of those things that just immediately, when it happens and I'm out and I'm in a place where I don't expect kids to be because they're serving, like, because it's a bar or it's a lounge, and then there's kids and they're screaming and yelling and crying and running and tripping and falling and all this other stuff. I just, not the experience I want to have. I don't really think it's a big deal to go to a place that doesn't have that. And I mean, I obviously stretch it to like the extreme where it's like, I would love that just to be everywhere. Like, the experience that I, you know, like, oh, I would like to go grocery shopping in a child-free environment. Like, yeah, I would, but that's a different, I don't have that same expectation, I guess. But because I've thought about this whole thing about, like, I thought there were no minors in here, what's going on? Like, that's part of the appeal of going to the lounge for me, is in hoping that there will not be, like, it's not as a family-friendly of an area. I thought it was more of like this is an area for people who want to, like, not be around little children's. yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's places that discriminate against older people. Like, what if it was like a play palace or something, right? Like some type of like a Chuck E. Cheese type establishment, and there's like ball pits and junk like that, and they don't allow adults in there, maybe. So, you know, let's just keep it equal, man. I don't really have much else to say. Yeah, child-free environments, that would be tight. I would dig that. I would support that.